All right. So, last time, do I see a
On the
do
last episode of Let Dragon Ball Z.
I see a show of hands? Do I have any volunteers?
Please don't ask me. My I
I
do
kind
not
of remember
remember.
what happened. But it's been so long, dude.
All right, let me try. Let me try and crack at it. You followed the underground tunnels running beneath the grove until you reached a chamber with a circle of tickets on the ground that Senna resisted the urge to fuck up successfully. You solved the ticket puzzle by verbally speaking the answers to the riddles, which uh, triggered a spiraling staircase to descend from above into the tunnel, into the chamber underground. So you ascended up the spiral staircase and reached an open plain. You made your way through the vines attacking you, and were able to resist the whispers trying to crawl into your mind and lead you astray. You found a stone platform with the engraving of a wolf's head, surrounded by 12 stone pillars, and you
Mhm.
found the following instructions: to awake the guardian, bring balance to the hunt, choose wisely, for the spirit knows truth, place the signs of hunter and prey, and the guardian will rise to guide your way.
And
You
last time, oh sorry,
go ahead.
go ahead.
If you have questions, go ahead.
So last time I'm not sure if we asked. So is this plane that we're in? Does it seem like the same sort of plane, like dimensional plane that we were in before, or is it like something different?
You do not get the sense that you're in a different plane of existence. Um, when you resurfaced, you did get the sense that like the overall feeling of the air was familiar to you, like almost like you had been there before. However, it looked and felt very different from the surrounding wilds and the surrounding forest of the Whispering Woods than before. This was a lot more tranquil and calm. So, you solved the puzzle by placing a hunter and prey symbol in each of the wolf's eyes in the engraving on the stone tablet or platform. And this summoned the guardian spirit.
Yeah, it's Ruby and Drake.
So, as the guardian spirit moves through the shadows and through the trees ahead of you in the distance, its movements are silent but very deliberate as it's making a straight line for the three of you. It steps into the clearing. Its body is ethereal. It looks like it's phasing almost in and out of this plane of reality. Its eyes are glowing very intensely with a bright greenish blue light to it. As it growls and in a low grumble, ominously rising to the surface, the air grows colder around you, and its ancient voice rumbles in your minds. The voice says, "Unbound at last. Why have you freed me? Why do you tread upon sacred ground? Speak your intent or suffer the wrath of this grove." The words are a little bit choppy and somewhat difficult to hear, like a weak signal that's flowing in and out. The wolf
So
awaits your
Um, so
response.
I still have tear on my shoulders, by the way.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Yes, you do.
so, so I'm
I
just gonna,
forgot about that.
I'm just gonna kind of just like look up to him and ask him, "Did you get any of that?"
What's the spirit or whatever's name that's in front of us right now again?
You don't know its name. You just know that
No, not name. Like what is it again? It's a
The wolf. Like a spiritual
It-
wolf.
No, I
it's
mean
a
like it's a
giant
it's a
wolf
guardian
It's a
or
giant wolf spirit that you've heard to refer to as the guardian, based on the instructions that you've heard so far. If you remember, to awaken the guardian, bring balance to the hunt, blah 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 blah. Place signs of hunter and prey, and the guardian will rise to guide your way. So that's all you know.
he's asking for the truth, correct? Like speak your truth and yada yada.
It's
Correct?
right now. It's asking why you freed him, and why are you on this sacred ground.
So I would look up at said spirit and say, "There's a blight upon the forest that is surrounding the grove that we have been charged to figure out the source of. We were hoping if there was any way you could help us solve said blight."
The wolf grows silent and tilts its head, almost like it's examining your intent through your own eyes and looking into them through the distance. It seems almost confused as it says, "Who hired you for such a task, that you would make your way into my den and free me?"
So I look down at
Quick note as the
Is,
DM.
is,
Do you guys remember why you're here specifically?
yeah, I do. I do.
Because this
no,
is
I
important
I
when talking to
for
the
the
wolf
most
about this.
sorry to be fair.
That's okay.
I
That's why
got
I
it.
asked.
I got it.
No,
I
no,
got
no.
it.
That's why I asked.
For
You
for
can
for
talk
the
amongst
most
yourself for a
part
minute about it.
for
It's
the
okay.
most part remember. That's
It's because that
good.
I'm like cursed. I think that's what it was. I'll have to go back through my notes. But I think like I'm cursed, and we have to find this death bloom, and that's where we're on the journey of getting, because they, what the fuck is this bitch named, Selka needs
Yes.
it to help me. I was like, well, I'm finding notes, but I thought I did. um, to help like cure this curse.
Exactly.
Right?
So Senna picked up the
Yeah, it's a
curse of
curse.
vulnerability, and
Oh
Being a
yeah.
greedy
in
bitch.
trying exactly, and in trying to find a remedy for it, you found Lady Selka's remedy shop, and she basically led you down into the tunnels beneath and said,
I remember that
I
part,
will
yeah.
I will help concoct a remedy for you, but I need you to first do something for me, which is to go get the Death's Bloom, which is a flower that the druids and the elders of the grove have forbidden the use of. And so she wants you to go and smuggle it and find it for her. And that's what brings you
Mhm.
here. So you want the Death's Bloom in exchange for curing Senna.
What he said. All right.
Sorry, I'm taking notes for 2 seconds.
You're good, you're good. Take your time. And I'm curious to hear you guys think out loud, because I want to know what you understand about what this wolf is and how honest you want to be, or what you think you should be doing or saying. And so you can brainstorm and talk to each other, and I'm curious for your impressions as you're going through
Okay.
this, like as players and as characters.
I can do that.
Sweet.
So let me know when you're done.
Yeah, 2 more
I
seconds.
should really get fucking water.
You want to get water?
Alright.
Yeah, it's all good. I'll get
Okay.
on it.
You
A
can
little
get
later.
water.
It's all good.
Go get
It's
water.
okay. It's gonna take me a second.
Go get water.
Then go get
We're in
water.
for the
It's
long haul.
fine.
We're in for the long
Go-
haul. This is gonna be quite the
It's
Maddie.
fine. It's fine.
Maddie.
It's fine,
Maddie.
motherfucker.
Go get
I'm
water.
trying to send anything.
Go-
Anyways,
get water.
what this wolf say again?
I can just repeat it.
Okay.
He says, "Unbound at last. Why have you freed me?" Why do you tread upon sacred ground? Speak your intent or suffer the wrath of this grove.
Alright, see, so I think we should kind of be like somewhat ominous about this. Like, I don't think we have to tell like the whole truth, but be like a
No,
half truth.
well, I haven't told it so far any
I know, but I'm
stretch
just
of
We
saying
can
like
anything.
throughout
retcon
like
if
this
you
whole
want.
thing.
We can retcon what you said at first if you want.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, let's do that.
sure.
Since
Why not?
you now know what the fuck's going on, because you because you didn't give it the right answer the first time.
It's not necessarily a
You-
bad answer. I'm not saying it's a bad answer or to erase it. I want to make sure you're giving
Okay,
it
I gotcha.
what you want based on what you actually know. Like I want to make sure you
Gotcha.
guys know what you need to know.
Well, I mean, so I asked, like, basically what was asked before about the
Mhm.
blight. I know that. Actually, I should probably ask this question. What is around us when we're talking to said wolf spirit? Is it the same surroundings, like some sort of underground dwelling?
No, you've resurfaced now. You went up
No,
the
we
Oh,
staircase.
resurfaced.
You went up the staircase.
sorry,
We
missed
went
that one.
down, around, and the back up.
So now you're in an open glade, basically.
Oh, that's right. My
Yeah.
God, my God. Forgot we're in a
So
glade.
it's mainly
We're in a glade.
flat land with
Okay.
flower beds.
So I think when we were going through this, I don't think we should tell like the whole truth. I think we should tell like a half truth or like being vague on it, I guess. Cause like I don't want to tell this thing what the fuck we're doing. Cause I mean it's
Well, we
already as
can't
sketchy as
trust
it
it. There's
is.
nothing that's told us that we can trust it yet.
Exactly. That's why I said like a half truth or like
That, well,
being
that's
vague.
kind of why I was going with uh the Grove's problem's not what we're looking for right now.
Okay,
I was hope I,
if you wanna speak through that because I
well, I
can't
mean,
lie with my ass. Or
no, I mean
Senna
if
can't lie through her ass.
no, I can 100% lie, but I mean if you want, I can try and see if we can get something for us instead. I mean, we could be selfish.
Okay, I'm down for that.
You down for
What do you
that?
want? What do you want to get out of him for yourselves?
Well, he's technically a spirit that can do whatever, right? So we're gonna try and figure out what we could get out of it,
Okay.
but we're yet to talk to it.
We're limit testing.
It's okay. Go for it.
We're min-maxing, my guy.
We're stress testing it.
We're doing a good old UX test. We'll have a report to you by the end of day.
Never. By too soon and too late. That
And
is
not
always the
pay you.
deadline. The deadline is always too soon and too late. And yeah, and too little
Yeah,
pay.
not pay
Or
you.
not at all.
Yeah.
Anyways, alright.
All right. So
See what you're gonna say.
Thanks, Steve.
all right. So what exactly did he say? One more time. Just give it to me so I can remember. Just
Unbound at last, why have you freed me? Why do you tread upon sacred ground? Speak your intent or suffer the wrath of this grove.
sorry. I'm trying to think of what to say.
The question is basically, why are you here?
No, 100%. But I want to answer it in a way that I can get what I want.
What we want is not telling the truth. Well, like,
Uh,
partial truth.
I'm gonna read the earlier little thing again. Take it however you want. To awake, and this was before you freed him. This is the instructions that you read before you freed him. To awaken the guardian, bring balance to the hunt. Choose wisely, for the spirit knows truth. Place the signs of hunter and prey, and the guardian will rise to guide your way.
So I'm gonna be real with you, Spirit. We came here for some information and maybe a way of for us to solve said problem.
Which problem do you speak of?
Well, there are multiple. Which one would you like me to start with?
What brings you here?
Okay. We have multiple different possessions of ours that are missing. There's a blight upon the forest that is threatening the grove, and there is a flower we seek so that our friend can be healed. Is there any way you can help us with any of those problems?
You seek to cure the wilds of the blight that curses them.
Yes.
You seek a cure for a friend who herself is cursed. And that brings you to my domain.
We've run
What
out of
set
options.
you on this path of lost
What was that?
belongings and lifted curses?
We've run out of
Say who?
options.
What's that?
Did you say who set us on this path?
What set you?
Okay.
And I was gonna say we've run out of options. We've tried, and we've failed. We need some way, some direction.
And how did you come to learn of this glade?
Like we've said, we've communed with the grove that the blight is affecting, and they told us about said glaive to confer with you.
Are you trying to lie?
Yes.
With who brought you here? Okay.
Yes.
Can you tell me, just so I know specifically, what you want him to understand or believe?
I want him to think that this is just another another person coming to him for absolutely no reason, but for the reason to be so menial that he'd grant it, no matter what it is.
Okay. But so to go back, you want him to believe that you talked to who or what specifically?
Oh,
How
sorry.
did you learn about him?
That's
that would
I thought
bring
you were
you
talking
here?
about the selfish part of what I was doing. Okay, sorry. Okay, so he's asking for how who told me
Yeah.
about
How do you know
why.
about this place?
Yeah, I know. I said it. There was the people from the Grove told us about this area, and we're here to get some answers.
Okay, got it. So that's technically not a lie
Ow!
so far, right? You didn't say
Fuck!
anything. Did you just hurt yourself?
Yeah, I hit my funny bone.
D&D is an extreme sport. Be careful. Wear pads. Wear a cup. So technically, I mean, you didn't lie so far, right? You didn't say anything.
Technically not.
Technically, no.
No. Okay, that's fine then. So then you don't have to like roll for anything.
God damn it! I dropped a die. Go ahead. I'm listening.
I think it's time to get a dice tray. This happens every time.
Yes, it is. I know.
You know, there's a beautiful purple one that you could get on Amazon.
I have an idea.
Can't fucking see it. Hold on.
It's gonna get an ashtray or some shit. Welcome to D&D,
You
gents.
see this beautiful... Oh wait, shit, I didn't change it. This, dude, it's purple. It matches your fucking dice, and it's magnetic.
Look at all those pretty dice.
Look at all. They don't even match its
Look at all the
fight part.
pretty shiny shinies.
Oh, you're pretty.
Okay.
Look at all my beautiful
I
math rock.
have this. This was given to me as a birthday present as a ash/rolling tray.
He
That
went and
would
got
work.
an ashtray. He went on. I jokingly said
You-
he's gonna go get an ashtray.
So,
Dude, get one of these. This will shit you not fucking $10 on Amazon.
Yeah, because here's the deal too. It's like once you start using that as an ashtray, you probably don't want to use that as a rolling
Well, I haven't used it as an
Slash
ashtray
rolling.
yet whatsoever.
No, I know. I'm
It's
saying
just
once.
I
been
don't
sitting.
like using my rolling shit as ashtrays,
No,
but
it's just been sitting, but that's the whole thing. It's just been sitting. So why don't I just fucking use this as a goddamn rolling tray?
or you
Right.
can go on Amazon and grab you a nice velvet magnetic one
True.
in this cool dice tower.
Okay. So.
Anyways, onwards.
Is there anything
Alright,
you
so-
want to say here, Maddie? By the way.
Nope, I'm letting you take this.
Oh, you bitch.
Definitely consult with each other between.
Hey, you left
so-
me, and I had to solve like 4 fucking puzzles by myself last session.
It's kind of true. We're gonna. Yeah, but this is not revenge hour. This is work together and elevate each other. Okay, so the wolf
Yeah, I'm pissed at that.
looks at you, convinced, but still more curious into what you said in particular, and he asks you, "Who in the grove sent you to me?"
I look down since I'm still on Cinna's back. I'll look down at Cinna's head and tap her on the fucking head and say, "What was her name?"
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't heard the last 30 seconds. My headset did something, it disconnected.
Who in the grove sent you to me?
So I'm
You
literally
said
going
you
like
spoke
this on
to
top of your
someone in the
head.
grove.
Oh,
I'm going like this on top of your head. Like, what's her name?
are we actually saying it?
Yes.
Uh, I'll say, Selka. Selca. Selka.
As you say that name, his eyes widen and his mouth starts to snarl, his brow begins to furrow. His fangs start to show. And he starts peering you down a little bit more aggressively, adjusting his stance.
So no,
He says,
oh, go. Sorry.
he says, "Wait, that scent. I can smell them on you."
So he's getting aggressive, correct?
He's getting pissed off.
Yeah.
So I would hold off and say, "We were sent here. We don't know your history. Why? What is with the aggression?"
The wolf spirit throws its head back and lets out a hauntingly ominous and almost beautiful howl that echoes through the glade. As the sound fades down, he lowers his head and lowers his eyes to meet yours once again. Its voice resonating in your minds like rustling leaves in the wind. He explains, "I am charged with maintaining the balance of these whispering woods." Matt, are you okay?
I'm just taking notes, sorry.
Okay, you're good. Okay. I was just wondering if like your headset is fucking up again. He goes, "I am charged with maintaining balance of these whispering woods. The plant life and all those that reside within it are mine to protect. Some time ago, intruders began tampering with the balance. They sought to use the spiritually charged forest life in pursuit of their own power. In doing so, they weakened the forest and corrupted the wildlife within it, and so they faced my wrath. But their power was overwhelming. It seemed they knew their natural magic well, and sealed me away. That is until you freed me by breaking that seal."
Were they the ones that sealed you? The ones you are talking about?
"The scent that lingers on you like blood off the axe of a murderer. is the very same scent that sealed me away.
I'm trying to think of what to say. Because I'd rather not have this guy think that we're an enemy.
Mm-hmm. So, trying to think out loud. What do you thinking? So I can try to help you.
Okay. Do we go along with this wolf spirit? Do we believe him? Do we not? And then
I
try to.
would.
Well, here's the thing. I think we need proof. Because he could just be a spirit that was sealed away for a reason.
Also true. We can do that, and then basically, like, if he's for real, then we could just say we're just gonna get in, get out, and we don't have to bother him.
No, wait,
We're
what was the first part of that?
I said if he's being truthful about of who he actually is, we
Mm-hmm.
can just say we're like coming in, like quickly grabbing what we need and going out. We're not disturbing
So
him.
how do we make sure he's being truthful to who he is?
I want to ask
That's
real quickly, like as
that's what I'm struggling.
players, uh, who do you guys think sealed him away? Who do you think he's angry at? And if you don't
M-
know,
mul-
that's okay.
no, multiple people, but the
No,
first person, the
probably
first
like Stelka, right?
Selka
Because
is the
like
first person
But who is
he's
she?
angry at, or she. Sorry, first
The,
person she's angry at. So I think she has something to do with keeping him at bay, which is one of the reasons why he's
it's part of
pissed.
some part of some bad group. Not for sure which
So
one.
okay, so
'Cause we
what
weren't.
are the groups we know of so far in this grove?
there was that one fucking
Oh, I
shadow
can't
sort of.
remember their fucking
I know.
name.
I'm trying to remember.
The
Fuck.
Nightshade Brotherhood.
Yes. Yes.
There's that, and then there's just the villagers of the grove.
I was also going to say
There's
the
the
government of the
elders.
grove,
There's the druid
the
elders
elders.
as well,
Yes. Yes.
But my mind
and
shot to like whatever group that she was in. Not necessarily we don't have to know of her, but we were recently with her.
yeah,
Or with like Selka, so that's where my mind shots to.
correct. I'm just like as like a reminder, and also like technically you've been around like everybody in the grove. Like you've been around the druids, you've been around like the elders, the villagers, Salka
Mm-hmm.
herself, which seems like um, you're saying she might be part of this brotherhood group.
Not necessarily. It's just she was the most recent person we were with, and mentioning that name seemed to provoke him.
Yep.
And we know that Salka's no good, and she knew where this place was.
Yeah.
So
All fair assumptions or conclusions.
Before we talk about who sent us,
I
I
mean, we kind
have
of
a
already did.
no. But before we get into that conversation, is there any way I can actually inquire you for a favor?
You come into my sacred grounds, reeking of the devils themselves, and wish to require a favor.
To be
I am
fair,
not a magical wish machine here to grant peasants their earthly desires. I'm a protector of the wilds, imprisoned by people that smell an awful lot like yourselves,
to be fair,
and I want to know why.
to be fair, we did not know that this scent would have sent you off. This is news to us. We are not trying to harm you. We mean you no harm in any way, shape, or form.
The scent is not offensive, but the company that you keep.
Oh. If I may ask, which company are you talking about? Which part of the company, I mean? Jesus Christ. Sorry, the dogs are going fucking insane outside. Seriously? Yo, you're in a courtyard.
They can hear you? You said that
They're
so softly. They can hear what you just said?
no, they can't hear. I'm legitimately. I'm just like, they're 15, 20 yards away from me. There's buildings surrounding this fucking dog park, and there's just 3 dogs screaming at each other right now.
No owners, or just the random dogs?
We yell at him, Steve.
No, I can't see because there's a fucking tree in the way. 2 of them have owners. One of them is just there. That's one that's creating trouble, surprisingly.
Okay.
Anyway,
So,
fucking Jesus Christ. Well, it stopped, so we're good.
to partly answer your question, he relaxes his shoulders and explains their motives, their names, their ties, their lineage. These are not all known to me, and they need not matter. The flower you seek was my charge, just as the rest of the life that grows within these woods, and their fear took it from me. The death's bloom power calls to me even now, and yet I was silenced. What will you do with the power that silenced me? What will you do with the company that you keep that sealed me away?
The company I keep is temporary. There is no connection between me and the company that you are accusing me of.
And yet they sent you on this path.
Yes.
I wonder why that would be.
Remember that favor I was asking about 2 seconds ago? That's one of the reasons I'm here.
He starts walking towards you, his shoulders slinking over one another as he starts circling in the space around you, still keeping a respectable distance from the core group of you. So I ask again, what brings you here? What power do you hope to attain from me, this glade, or the Death's Bloom flower?
The death's bloom is to help my friend. what I hope to gain from you is knowledge of how to cure this blight, help people, but also help me find a way to eradicate my one enemy. Not in a way. No, hold on. Not in a way of helping me train or anything like that. Point me in a direction of someone that could help me. I am in a desperate search to find a way to destroy an army, and I am only one man. If there's anyone you can point me to, please point me to them.
Okay. DM question. What do you mean army?
I want to basically I want to kill the person that killed my family. That's a king. King has an army.
Okay.
I have to get by his army to get to the king.
Okay. And so you're adding in like your personal
Yes,
desires.
correct.
Okay. Is any of what you said meant to deceive the wolf?
Not at all.
Okay. Maddie, how are you feeling about this?
I'm telling him literally exactly from point
I
A to
gotcha.
point B, external, internal. Yeah.
I got you. Maddie, how are you feeling so far?
I'm feeling pretty good. He's doing a good job.
Okay. Can
I
you roll
just have my
persuasion?
hands. What's up?
No, sorry, go ahead. What?
I have my hands on his calf just in case if he says something fucking stupid, and I can like drill like my thumbs in like the back to tell him to shut the fuck
Oh,
up.
you're on like I like that.
I told you
He's
I was already
telling
on. I was
No, I
on
know,
Yeah,
I
so
know.
I'm like,
shoulders. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay, cool.
I have a death grip on your fucking calves.
Okay. Steve, can you roll persuasion?
Yes. I can use my new dice tray.
Make sure you add any modifiers.
Oh,
I don't know if you have any, but
persuasion. +3. 18.
the wolf continues to circle around you, looking into your eyes. His voice softens, and he says, "Prove to me that you can carry the death bloom's burden, and I shall share its power with you."
Okay, question for the DM. Did we mention what the death bloom does to people who just grab
You don't
it?
even know what it does. You don't know anything
No,
about it.
I know
no,
what
no.
it looks like, and I know where to find it. That's the only thing I fucking know
I
about
was
this
I was
thing.
more or less asking if this was mentioned before. I just
No,
okay,
it was
just making
not.
sure.
Exactly
Okay,
what Maddie
okay.
said. You know where to find it. You know what it looks like. You
Right
don't know
here.
what it
Oh,
does.
shit.
You don't know why
Right.
Silka wants it. You don't know if it's part of the remedy, like an ingredient, or she just wants it as payment. You don't know.
No, just making sure. Just
Okay.
make sure I didn't miss anything.
I got you. So
Okay.
as he says, prove to me that you can carry its burden, and I will share its power with you. The forest grows pitch black, except for a narrow pathway ahead of each of the three of you. And
So-
in doing so, Tyr basically materializes off of Senna's shoulders and onto his pathway.
Oh, this is like a pathway that we are only seeing. It's only
Each
like designated to
one of
ourselves.
you, I'm just gonna read it. The forest grows pitch black except for a straight and narrow path ahead of each of the three of you. Your paths are illuminated by bioluminescent vines and are undulating and twisting around themselves and squirming around almost like snakes. Each path only extends a few steps forward in terms of the portion that's illuminated by light. After that, they're cut off and they're hidden in darkness and ahead. So it's almost like a tightrope, and you feel like deviating from that path will result in your immediate and permanent end. Do you understand the visual so far?
I do.
We're all in front of our own path.
You're all in front of a path. Picture total darkness, and let's say you're standing on top of a tightrope in the middle of the darkness. The few steps ahead of you, a few feet ahead of you, are illuminated. The tightrope itself is made up of vines. It's like a little bridge, a narrow bridge that's made up of vines that are moving like snakes, and they're lit up ahead of you. But in the distance, after a few steps, they're shrouded in darkness. Does that visual make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me if any of these descriptions are confusing as I continue.
I'll try to. No, I'm
Okay.
trying to.
The wolf's voice still reverberates in your minds as he explains, "Those seeking the treasures of the glade must reveal themselves. Reveal yourself under the harsh light of moon. Falter in your steps and in your words, and you will never face the warm embrace of the sun's rays again." What's your understanding of that sentence?
Follow the path. It will show you who you really are.
It'll show you the way.
I could be wrong about that, but that's what I got from that.
Follow the path. Be true in the steps that you take, and be straight with your words as well. Be true in your intentions.
So follow the path, tell the truth, be true to yourself. I continue walking down the path in front of me.
As he's doing that, I
confidently, yes.
As I see that, I'll follow suit.
Okay. As you reach the border of where the illuminated path ends and darkness begins, you stop and you hear the wolf's voice come into your mind once again as he asks you a question. What drives you forward?
You want to go first? Or I can go first.
Revenge. Revenge for my family. What drives me forward is watching these people who tortured my family die. Painfully. Also beer. I like beer. Beer's good.
Misguided, but truthful. As he says that, the next few steps begin to illuminate in front of you in your path, Tyr. Senna, what drives you forward?
What drives me forward is being a leader of my gang, the Crimson Syndicate. I don't move forward to better myself, but I do it for the people who look up to me and set that example. I do it for the younger generation to keep them on the correct path and to do things properly.
Can I DM question?
Mm-hmm.
If you guys decide to lie in any of these questions, tell me, okay?
Okay,
So
all these are
that,
truthful.
All of that was sincere.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that was
yeah, everything on mine is.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't take it to deceive.
No, you're good. You're good. Appreciate it. So, clear eyes, forward-looking, matched with a steady step, and you won't falter. And he illuminates the next few steps. I'm conflicted to how much to do this for a Lars. So if it's like annoying, tell me, okay?
No, it gets us to know who he is,
Yeah.
really.
Mm-hmm.
He explains knowledge, not just of spells and rituals, but of the forces that bind this world together, and how to unbind them when needed. The wolf stares Alaris down and says, to manipulate nature, to change what is forever changing, is a dangerous game. But it is your path to walk on. And he illuminates the next few steps. Next
It'd be really
question.
funny
Yeah.
if like it'd be really funny if like Alaris got like Zeus's hammer or some shit.
Why?
Just like lying, I don't know.
Oh,
Just
you mean
like
all of a sudden
punished?
saw something.
raise his
Yeah,
hand
Oh, you
out.
mean
Yeah.
punished.
yeah. He's like yeah, like yeah.
Okay.
Catch him in his fucking field
Schmonier
of
instead of
lies.
Momer.
Anyways, continue.
Alright, next question. Do you trust the companions who walk beside you?
I don't know them, but I have a feeling that they're more trustable than most companions that I have come across.
He illuminates the path ahead of you. Senna? Do you trust the companions who walk beside you?
I do, some more than others, but I trust them both.
Distrust taints your answer. And he looks at who you could have been referring to. He looks at Tyr, then he looks at Alaris, of who you trust more than others. And then he illuminates your path. Alaris' turn. He explains, trust is earned, not given, but I believe they're worthy. Belief and certainty are not the same, though.
Alright.
As the next set of vines begin to illuminate, you notice something interesting about the vines that you're walking on. The vines ahead of you start to glow, indicating your next step forward, but as you take steps forward and leave behind the vines behind you, you see the footprints that you're leaving in the vines slowly begin to be filled. The gaps of where your footprints were basically like separated. The squirming vines separated to make room for where your foot was going to land. And then as you lifted up your foot to take the next step, they kind of, like tentacles, they merged back together and covered up where your footstep was.
Okay.
It's not instantaneous. It takes like a few seconds after you leave it, but they start to come back together and fill it in. The next question.
I was going to say I continue on, but yeah.
Okay, next question. What is the root of all evil?
Corrupted power.
We're up to wherever the fuck I want to ask this question.
What?
Yeah, you said, what's the root of all evil? So I'm answering.
Oh, I thought you said we're up to power, because there's a question about power.
Oh. No.
Oh no, I said no. Corrupted power.
I got you. I got you.
All right, so
Okay.
root of all evil. Yeah.
Okay.
Corrupted power.
The
With it you
wolves.
can.
Go ahead. Go
No,
ahead.
I was gonna say with it you can raise kingdoms and destroy entire bloodlines.
Okay. The wolf stares you down, almost in a mocking tone, in a judgmental tone. He says, "The one driven by revenge speaks of corruption as the ultimate evil, and yet chooses to walk down the very same path. He illuminates the path ahead of you." Go ahead, Senna.
The ones who are single-minded and are only after one thing and one thing only.
The wolf takes a moment, looks you up and down, and says, "Like a cyclops, a one-eyed beast is a slave to its desires, a slave to its single, low-resolution vision, and a slave to its material possessions. And yet I sense that you've taken much from this world in the same way." He illuminates the path ahead of you. He gets to Alaris. Willful ignorance. When one does not seek understanding, they stumble blindly, purposefully, destroying everything that they can't understand. "Stumble onwards," the wolf says, and illuminates the path ahead. Next question. What does it mean to walk a holy path?
So Tyr says, walking the holy path is subjective. Goodness is different from one person to another, so walking the holy path is whatever in your mind leads you to righteousness. Maddie?
I'm not done.
Oh, like he
Oh.
didn't say anything. That's why I
Yeah,
didn't say anything.
I wanna think about if I even want to say something about that. Hold on.
Fair enough.
The pathway of moral relativism is a winding and suffering path. Tread lightly, and he illuminates the path ahead of you. Senna, what does it mean to walk a holy path?
This could mean a variety of different things based on who you are and who you are as a person. It can mean self-reflection and growth, service to others, cultivating inner peace, or it could simply mean nothing at all.
Nihilism and confusion. They're a path straight to hell. He illuminates the path ahead of you. Step lively. Gets to Alaris. To walk a holy path is to walk in balance with nature, to see decay and corruption, and growth and life as two sides of the same coin, but to know that they are morally opposed and forever distinct. He illuminates the path ahead of you. Next question. Have you ever taken something that did not belong to you, knowing that it would hurt another?
Of course. I was most likely the person that hurt them.
Be specific.
Well, I could choose one story. There were multiple people that I've hurt that didn't need to be hurt. But they all melt together.
You gotta give me 1 minute.
Take your time.
The bioluminescent vines on your path begin to dim, and they begin to tighten slightly, restricting your movement. There's a faint whisper. It's different from the wolf's voice. It sounds more like the whispers of the whispering woods that you've been hearing until now. And they whisper, confusion taints your path.
Now, does he just hear that?
He just hears it in his own brain.
Okay.
Fine. There was a family of people that I tried to help, but instead I stole from them instead. I knew that that gold would fare me better than them. Their home was going to be taken over by a fire. It didn't make any sense for that gold to sit there.
The path ahead of you that was once beginning to dim starts to illuminate a little bit more strongly. The vines loosen their grasp on your ankles, and the next few steps are illuminated ahead of you. Senna, have you ever taken something that did not belong to you, knowing it would hurt another?
Yes, I have taken many of things, of materialistic and organic things in nature.
Brazenly mocking taking of the wilds in front of an ethereal spirit guardian is a bold strategy.
So I tap her on the head and said, "Do better. Do better."
You're not talking. You're not on our shoulders anymore.
We're on
no,
our separate paths.
You're on separate
I
paths.
slap her in the face.
You're not in with arms. You're not within arm's reach.
God damn it.
Gives
So
me the finger.
You're several feet apart. Let's
Oh,
say.
okay.
Let's say 3
Not
lanes.
not enough for slapping range. I got you.
You can give her a scowl. You can give her a look. Okay. So at this point, Senna, the wolf begins to lower its gaze and intensely focus into your eyes. As it does so, the greenish blue tint in his eyes begins to brighten and expand, almost like a flame growing stronger. The flames around his eyes begin to release cinders and fall off the sides out of the corners of his eyes, almost like he's peering into your very soul, exposing your truths, exposing your memories, and looking deep into who it is you actually are. And in doing so, he gives you a vision. So it's not necessarily a memory, but it is a vision, okay? You stand in the alley where everything changed. The air is cold and damp, the scent of blood and rot clinging to the walls. Your father's body lies before you, lifeless and still. The knife is still there, glinting faintly in the dim light, and the man who killed him is retreating into the shadows, just as he did that day. But this time something is different. As you step forward, the scene twists. The walls around you ripple like water, and the alley stretches and turns into the Crimson Syndicate's camp, but not quite the one you remember. The campfires are burning low, casting long, unnatural shadows, and the gang members are pale, translucent figures with their faces frozen with expressions of anger and betrayal. At the center of the camp is a massive, cracked throne. It sits empty, but on top of it lies a pendant that your gang once gave to you as a gift. The pendant is of a dual-sided battle axe with a ruby in the center of it. The ruby is fractured down the middle, and whispers from your gang fill the air. Leader, protector, thief. The shadows start to come together, forming a familiar figure. It was the figure of the man who killed your father. But this time his features, his facial features, start to flicker and change between his own face and those of your rivals who fled, and those of your own gang members who were lost. They all speak in unison. Their voices are harsh and mocking, questioning your intentions, if you even remember them, if you recognize them, asking if you remember what you took. Leadership, vengeance, loyalty, you claimed it all. Do you even know who you are? A savior, a criminal, or just a half-breed clinging to power that doesn't belong to you? They step forward with weapons drawn, and the lead of them says, "If you want to call yourself a leader, then prove it. Fight for what's yours, not for what you've taken." Go ahead and roll initiative, Maddie.
Oh, this is awesome. There you go, that's my initiative. Not bad, 21.
Alright, let me pull up the combat tracker 1 second. You rolled a 21 on initiative?
Yeah, I rolled 18 plus 3.
Good roll.
On my new dice.
Is that the first roll of the new dice? First official roll? Not a bad one.
Not a bad one.
Not a bad roll.
Well, it's one singular D20.
It's one singular roll. All right. You said 23.
21.
Oh, 21. Okay, sorry.
This is 18.
Can I not get rid of people in this? All right, I'm gonna just roll for the enemy. Roll to 4, so you go ahead and get to start.
Do I have anything?
So-
Do I have anything in my hands? Or are they just my fists? Or do I have anything on me?
You have your typical equipment. You have your usual stuff. Right now, and I should just give you some clarity. Right now, you're facing a shadow, which is basically like an amorphous shadow that can move through space and basically like squeeze through cracks and things like that. So it's basically like a shadow, and the faces and the embodiment of it that you're actually seeing are kind of shifting again between the face of Senna's, the killer of Senna's father, as well as different gang members that she's lost and different rivals that she's fought against.
Alright, it's tripping on acid. Got it.
Kinda, yeah.
I'm just gonna just look at him and then just take a wide swing with the battle axe.
Okay, so can you roll to hit?
Yeah. That one.
All right. Be right back.
You rolled a nat 1. Okay, so
Oh shit! Hang on 1 second. Okay, we're good. Roll the net one.
Oh, you can go get water if you want, so she knows that Steve walked away.
No, I'm good now.
Okay.
I feel like I need your. I'm good.
So you slice downward in like a straight down motion. As you do, the shadow goes from being a solid man-shaped figure into kind of like stretching its way out of the way into becoming like a singular strip, like a 1-inch vertical.
Hold on a second, Dan.
Yeah.
I have returned.
Okay. I don't know what the fuck this thing keeps disconnecting. Sorry.
You good? Just let me know.
All right. So you said I went swung on down in a downward motion.
Yeah,
Wow.
you brought your your axe back, brought it all the way down in a straight down motion, and as you do so, the shadow basically goes from being a man-shaped figure into kind of like a 1-inch thin stream of shadow that kind of like curves out of the way of the axe, and then as you reel your axe back up over your shoulder, it retakes its shape as like a figure of a man.
Okay.
All right. Give me 1 second. All right. So with that, the shadow will use their own attack. So let me go ahead and roll for it. I'm gonna ask you until the day I die. What's your AC? Actually, it wouldn't.
16.
Okay, well, okay. Actually, it wouldn't be an AC. So the shadow begins to murmur under its many voices, a collection of different. Are you good?
Sorry. Yeah, good.
What's
It
going
disconnected for like a couple. I don't know. My mic's doing some weird shit. It's really finicky
Okay.
tonight. Anyways.
Just let me know.
Keep going.
The shadow begins to murmur in a collective of its many different voices and tries to inflict psychic damage on you by whispering its way into your mind. So help me out. Would you have to resist that with
So what does the
something?
spell say? What does the spell
I'm
say?
just making it up.
Well, it would have to be a DC of some sort. So probably, so I would have to. I think it's a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, yeah, let me see.
If it's mental, it's either Constitution or Wisdom. Can't remember. Oh shit! I mean to press that.
Represent. Oh my lord, stop being shitty game. Attempt to resist a spell, trap, poison, disease, or similar threat. We can go with that. Okay, so go ahead and roll Constitution saving throw.
So it's 3. Oh fuck! That's a 6.
I rolled a 1. I rolled a 1. Okay, so
I rolled a 3, dude.
Oh wow, lucky you. Okay, so with that, the attack completely bounces off your forehead, and reverberates into the distant campsite. Back to you, Senna. Maddie's tech is going all haywire.
Oh, now it just doesn't want to fucking focus.
Can
Hello?
Can you sit up maybe, or no? I mean like forward. Yeah. No, I guess not. Oh wait, maybe. Oh no, never mind.
Keep fucking with your camera like this. Yeah.
But then it's
focus.
Like,
oh, I had it for a second.
Yeah, well, quit bobbling your head. Your did's back, but you gotta stop fucking with it. You're making it confused.
I didn't do anything to it. Well, whatever. Kind of came back.
No, you're good. You're good. All right, go ahead and attack.
Just another wide swing. 24.
Okay, that is
24 to hit.
Hit,
that should hit.
Yeah, that's a hit. That's a hit and a half. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Oh, where's my D8 at? There it is. 4 plus 4. That is 8 damage.
Okay. So you brought it from 16 down to 8 with 1 hit. Alright, the shadow will try another psychic hit on you. Or a whispering attack, whatever we want to call it. That cannot be real. I swear to God, I'm not fucking kidding. I rolled another 1.
Oh my God, I rolled a 9.
Okay. Well, I don't think you would have... Oh, yeah, no, we're not doing it that way. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, good on you. So that's another miss. Back to you with the hit.
18? 18 hit?
Yeah, that's a hit.
Alright. Big money, no whammies. Oh, it's an 8 plus 4, baby. Give me that.
Alright,
12.
that is a knockout. How do you want to dispel this specter?
I give it the middle finger. That's it.
And he explodes.
I give him 2 birds.
Alright, as you do that, you swipe upwards across your body. Its form begins to get sliced in half and disappear into the night, merging with the embers of the campfire. And as you do so, you give him the double bird, and the shadows cast of the double bird from the campfire basically extend deep into the campsite and overlay on top of the ground where that shadow enemy once was. Its form now overtaken with 2 of these shadows.
Hell yeah.
Alright, well done, Maddie. Alright. As you've defeated that one enemy, let me see here. The shadow falls, and the campsite grows still. The whispers begin to fade, and the pendant on the throne begins to glow faintly, still cracked. But before you can claim it, a new figure emerges from the darkness. It takes the form of your father, but not quite exactly how you remember him. He steps forward, his voice low and heavy with grief. Senna, what have I left behind? What has become of you? He gestures to the pendant. This was a symbol of what you've built, what you've taken, and what you've broken. If you want to lead, you must face the truth of what you've taken and what you've lost. I wonder, are you ready to carry that weight? After he asks that question, the shadows dissolve, leaving you alone in the camp. The throne at the opposite end of the table begins to crumble, and the pendant sits on the ashes. You awaken once again on the vine path in the presence of the guardian, having completed your trial. As the memory fades, you see a vision of the necklace, not as it was, but where it is. It's lying face up on a stone pedestal. There is a harsh light produced by a massive flame enveloping it. As the fire surrounds the pendant, you hear the faint echoing sound of pickaxes and hammers striking against stone and steel. The pendant looks like it has a crack starting to form, running right down the center of the ruby and right down the center of the axe's blade. Let me know if you want me to repeat that last part, Maddie.
Okay, my pen ran out of fucking ink when I was halfway writing through that.
Tell me like when it happens. Like slow down,
Yeah, it's
rewind.
okay. So you said it was face up on a
Stone pedestal.
Head.
It's being enveloped by flame.
Enveloped by flame.
And you hear the sounds of pickaxes and hammers striking against stone and steel.
The axes and what?
Pickaxes and hammers striking against stone and steel.
Got it.
Okay. The pendant looks like it has a crack starting to form that's running straight down the middle of the axe blade. Alright. Does Senna have anything to say or do with that reaction or after facing that?
No, she just stays quiet.
Okay. The wolf eases back up, fixing its posture to look over the three of you now. The light and fire that rages in its eyes begins to die down as he asks you the next question. What is the greatest regret of your life? He looks at you, Tyr.
My greatest regret is not turning around to join my family once I hit that forest line.
The wolf illuminates the path ahead of you. Senna?
Not spending enough daddy-daughter time with him and being his second man. Spent too much time with business and not personal.
He illuminates the second path, the path in front of you. He looks to Alaris, and Alaris responds that I couldn't save my mentor when the wilds claimed him, that I wasn't strong enough then. The wolf illuminates the path for Alaris and reflects on each of your messages, stating, indeed, the ties that bind us, the bonds of family, friendship, mentorship, they give way to the highest points in our lives and the greatest regrets as well. Moves on to the next question. This time he starts with Alaris. He asks, what is the purpose of power? Alaris explains power is a tool. Its purpose depends on the one who wields it, but its true, uncorrupted purpose, power is the ability to influence the world around you and to ensure that wisdom and truth come to the surface over everything else. The light illuminates the path forward. Then he looks over to Senna for her response.
The purpose of power is neither inherently good nor bad. It depends on the values, intentions, and actions of those who wield it. In its highest form, power serves as a means to uplift, create, and protect. When misused, it can become a tool of harm and exploitation.
Can you repeat back to me just the part that you think Senna agrees with the most?
Yeah, it'd be that first part.
Can you say it again?
The purpose of power is neither inherently good nor bad. It depends on its values, intentions, and actions of those who wield it. And then the highest form, serves.
I don't care about the rest. I just want to know
Oh,
what
okay.
Senna would say.
That's what she would say.
That's what ChatGPT would say.
No.
The wolf looks over, displeased but convinced in your honesty, and asks rhetorically, I wonder, how would one such as yourself choose to wield it? I wonder. And he illuminates the path forward. He looks over to Tyr for his response. What is the purpose of power?
The whole purpose of power is control. Control over people.
To what end?
Whatever end the person who controls the power is willing to go to.
The wolf's shoulders begin to lower. Its eyes stare into you and begin to grow brighter with flames as he delves into your psyche and gives you a vision. The air is thick with ash the scent of smoke burning your nostrils, and the kingdom of Eros consumed by flames. Screams echo from the city below as the walls crumble under a relentless assault. This time, however, you're no powerless child. You are armed, you are experienced, and ready. But as you step forward, a spectral figure materializes before you. The one who orchestrated this devastation. He's cloaked in shadow, but you know it to be him. The specter speaks, their voice cold and dripping with mockery. It doesn't have to end this way, Tyr. I can give you power to save them all. Your family, your kingdom.
Before he even ends that sentence, with drool literally coming out of his mouth, Tyr grabs his dagger and strikes, screaming into the night.
You slash your dagger through this spectral form, and it just phases through him. As you do so, the specter begins to dissipate, but its presence still feels like it's lingering among you somehow. You look down over at your burning city with the specter now gone. The screams echoing from the distance, and the path ahead to the kingdom, to your family's home, and to your palace.
Tyr sighs as he watches his house burn again. The only thing he can do is sigh, because he knows that this is not true. This has happened before. This isn't real.
You hear a voice enter in your mind, casting doubt on your initial impressions. Is this always how it must end? I'm not the frightened child I once was.
So on. Is this the wolf talking to me, trying
This
to
is a voice that
persuade
you
me?
hear in your head.
Okay. Trying to make sense of this. Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. And again, this is not you as a child, this is you as you are.
Mm-hmm.
So you're back here and you're watching it unfold. You hear the screams of people calling out for help below. And you see the spirit, the specter, begin to retake its shape very slowly. And as it does so, it follows the pathway down, and it's making its way to the throne room. What does Tyr do?
Tyr stops and watches. There's nothing he can do.
See,
And
we're
he
playing a game. I
realizes
want you to move fucking forward. Jesus Christ. I even gave you a new voice in your head. I don't know how else to do it. This is like a failure on my part. Fair
you're
enough, but I
not
don't
letting
know how to
me
do it. I don't know how to do it if you're just gonna
finish.
say, no, I'm just gonna stand here and do nothing.
You're
Like,
not letting
okay,
me finish.
that's the end of it. I just wrote a whole ton of shit. It's gone.
Dan, you're not letting me finish.
You have to say something new.
I'm adding drama. I'm sorry. Alright, fine. Fuck. I was just adding drama. Tyr watches him go, but at the same time, Tyr realizes he has a moment that he can actually do something he couldn't do in his past, and immediately charges after him, drawing his sword.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
You didn't let me finish.
Go ahead and grab an inspiration.
You let me finish.
That's what she said.
Can I finish? Can I finish? Okay, I'm finished. Oh god. Okay. Alright, where the fuck was I? I spooted. Sorry, I spooted on you.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I spooted on
It
your
is.
face. Oh, my penis.
Oh, Amy. Alright, where the fuck was I?
I just inhaled liquid immediately.
It splodged in Steve's mouth.
Apparently.
As okay, take a minute. Cough
I'm
out the
sorry.
spooge.
2 seconds. 2 seconds.
Yes, the
All right, we're
clear.
good. We're good. We're good. Just need to breathe. We're good. Sorry.
Okay. As you look on in horror and with a new, renewed sense of determination, you begin your frantic but dutiful trek down the mountainside and towards the houses below, ultimately trying to cut the specter off at the throne room. As you make your way down in haste, you hear the specter's voice reappear in your mind. I can give you the power to save them all, Tyr, your family, your kingdom. But power has a cost. Will you pay it? And from there, a dark blade pulsing with energy begins to materialize in front of you.
What's the catch? This isn't my first go around with dark spirits.
The catch: dispel darkness, claim revenge, retake your home, and bring the permanent demise to all those that would stand in your way. The catch is power. The catch is control. And the catch is the pursuit of your own ends, whatever you deem them to be.
So I shake my head, clear, and I say, "There's no fucking way that I'm getting power by your means. I'm doing it by myself. I asked you for a favor, and this is what you give me."
That's not the wolf talking to you.
But I thought this whole
Sorry if
thing
that
was
was
the wolf.
unclear. That's not the wolf talking to you.
Sorry, I thought this whole thing was the
that
wolf.
was the specter.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Yeah, you're good,
I,
you're good. Sorry if I
thought
wasn't
it was
clear.
the wolf too.
Yeah, my bad, it's fine.
Yeah, so I would retract everything that I said about the wolf
good.
or not giving me favors, but I still say that
Got it.
I would rather do it on my terms than have it given to me.
Got it. The voice replies, "Very well. The descent downward will be one made on your own skills and weaknesses."
Then it shall be a lovely descent.
As you make your way down through the burning city, you hear a thunderous crack coming from above you, and you look upward as you see a burning beam that collapses in front of you blocking your path. Around you, the structures are on the edge of collapsing, threatening to bury anyone still on the streets or underneath them. The ground beneath you begins to feel more unsteady, almost like it's shaking with the collective fear and sorrow and chaos of the city. So, the beam is obstructing your path. What do you want to do?
Is it at all possible to jump over the beam?
You can try.
Yeah,
You want to
I
do
wanna
some
try.
acrobatics?
Am I missing this? Where's acrobatics?
Should we press stop?
Animal
Here it is.
handling, arcana, athletics.
No, it's
deception.
very first one. Give it +2.
Yeah, it's a dex check. It's the first one on that list.
Oh, it's a dex check.
Yeah,
Oh.
But
no.
it's in
Acrobatics
that
is the very
list.
first one.
It's in that
Very
list.
first
You're
one
right.
in that list.
Yeah.
I seriously don't. I see athletics. I don't see acrobatics.
Fucking
It's
what?
3 above it. 3 above it.
Seriously.
You said you
3
saw
above
animal
it.
handling a second ago, right? It's the one right above animal handling.
Yeah, no, sincerely, I'll show you.
That doesn't
Here it
make
is.
any sense.
It doesn't make any sense. Is it what you see it?
Egocentric.
It's probably because you have your shit squished.
You gotta switch headphones. I'm getting all
There it is.
Oh, I
and shit.
scrolled up. I scrolled up. We're good.
Try to put your thing like a little bigger or a little longer. You should not have a problem. It's just the thing.
Yeah, whew. These things get so fucking hot.
12.
Okay,
69.
Okay, let me see what the fuck I had for the DC. Yeah, that's a success. So, you leap over the collapsed rubble and collapsed beam in front of you, and are able to kind of dodge the flames that are starting to engulf it, as its other supporting structures on either side begin to crumble down as well, and hit the ground behind you. With that, you pace your way down, skipping over and looking through the city as you begin to run into more and more panicked villagers brushing up against you pretty aggressively and violently, as they're kind of just running chaotically and frantically throughout different directions of the city looking for help or looking for safety. You encounter...
Oh, good. Sorry.
No,
sorry.
go ahead. Yeah, go.
I was gonna say, as I go past, I'm basically trying to do exactly what my dad told me to do. From what I remember, I'm basically saying like, head towards the gates. Head towards the gates. I'm just rushing by. Head towards the gates.
Nice. So the villagers look on to you and start to adjust their pathing, and at least the ones in the immediate vicinity start moving together in a little bit less of a frantic motion and chaotic motion. In the street ahead, you spot a group of terrified villagers trapped by the flames. Their faces are growing more and more pale with fear. As they see you approach them, their eyes begin to widen. But you feel like you can sense their desperation, and it's clinging on to you as they beg for your help.
What's on top of them? Clearly, that there's something on top of them. So I'm wondering like, what's stopping them from running away?
Right now, they're basically trapped in their house, and there's a series of beams that have collapsed from above, blocking the way out of the house, like blocking the doorway out.
Can I see the beams like pretty clearly, or is it like they're kind of shrouded in
Yeah, they're
smoke?
blocking the
And
doorway, but the doorway is open.
all right, I go to the beams and I try to lift them off of the doorway.
Okay, if you want, you can do a strength check, I guess. That'll
God damn it! That's the D20. All right, strength. All right. That's a nat 20, baby.
Hey.
Okay. So with that, you're able to squat down nice and low, and resist the the initial weight and crumbling and crackling of the burning beams. Squat underneath it over your shoulders and lift them up and over it, tossing them to the side, clearing the pathway forward. The villagers they hesitate at first, just out of their own fear. But as the flames start to close in on them, they start to rush forward as the father of the household kind of pushes and pats along the kids to keep their heads down and move forward underneath the beam that you're holding up. They thank you with desperation and an immense sense of gratitude as their home crumbles.
So did I get everyone out?
Yeah, everyone's out.
Then I let go of the thing and back out of the house.
All right. As you set that aside, from the flames, a new shape begins to emerge. It's vaguely humanoid, but it's very twisted and small and skinny. You can't really tell immediately what it looks like just from the flames, but they're beginning to emerge, and you notice that their forms feel twisted and unnatural. Their bodies are seeming to flicker, like flames, like smoke and shadow. Their glowing eyes are fixed onto you. So let me go ahead and bring that up, but you can go ahead and roll initiative.
– 17.
Hold on a sec. Oh shit, I rolled a 20.
Fuck. That's
17's
fine.
great though.
That's all right. Yeah, well, you rolled a 20.
Alright, start. Okay, so
That would be a stand, my man.
so
You stay.
So all right, you and your gambling. They start to emerge a little bit further from the flames as you get a better sense of what they look like. You can now tell that there are two figures. One of them is a magma mephit or mephite, however you say it.
Mephit? Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, remember in Baldur's Gate, there's those little creepy demon-looking dudes that would fly?
Yeah.
Yeah, those skinny, gross goblin things. And then the other one is a smoke mephit. So the magma one has the first roll. And it'll, oh god, I shouldn't have clicked on that, fuck. Thing is, with arcane screen sharing, I have acceleration turned off, which means I can't use my browser like normal. So trying to roll a dice in D&D Beyond breaks my fucking shit.
Okay, I got you.
So 17 to hit.
17?
17 to hit.
You hit him.
Yeah, no, I know.
Flying fucking colors.
Oh, yeah. You hit.
All right, so that's
In my AC, yeah.
yeah, so that's 7 damage. Wow, I should probably nerf this, huh? Wait, how come this is 0? That's weird. So he claws at you, doing 7 damage. Unless
Which
there's
leaves
some
me
sort
to
of thing that like you're resistant to or something.
Is he doing some type of damage?
It's let's see, slashing damage plus fire damage. But it
Of
didn't fucking
resistance to
say which one
fire.
it was. Okay, so take. Okay, you know what? This is a problem because it doesn't save the fucking roll and I can't get to it. Okay. Let me re-roll for damage, I guess.
You can. There's a roll log.
What is this? Is this what it is? Okay, hold on. Yeah. Okay, so it did 3 plus 1. Okay, so 4, but it's not. Okay, so it's 17 a hit, and then it's not telling me which is which. Like it's saying 3 plus 1, and then it's saying 3.
Well, it looks like you rolled damage twice.
Yeah, that's what
It
says.
doesn't. It doesn't say.
One
Tell
is
me which
slashing
one's
damage,
which.
and then it's a plus 2 1d4 fire damage. I don't understand.
So I'm resistant to fire, so please just ignore the fire.
Resistance not
That's good to
immune.
know.
Resistance is like half damage, right?
Or yeah, resistance half. So you took 4 and you take 2.
Okay. We can be generous and do. Let's just let me roll the hit. So that's 1d4. I'm just gonna read.
Well, 1d4 is your damage, not the hit.
No, I know. Did I say it? What did I say? Because I think
You said the
I was
hit.
reading the word hit because it says hit and then whatever the fuck it is. Okay. Okay, so that's more generous. I feel like my rolls are way nicer to you guys than D&D Beyond's. So I rolled a 1 plus 1, so that's 2 slashing damage. And then I'll roll for fire damage, and whatever it is, you take half of that. So 2 slashing damage.
It's
Plus
half
2
rounded
fire
down.
damage.
So you rolled a 4.
Is it 4
Just
or
now,
5?
yes.
Okay, yeah. So it's half. So it's 2.
What damage number am I putting in here?
So it was 2 plus 2. So 4. You took 4 damage, I believe.
There we go.
So yeah, just put it. Okay, great, cool.
About to say I have to have a number. I can't do it without a number.
Your turn.
But yeah,
your turn.
I know. So who attacked first? Was it the magma or the smoke?
For some reason, wait. For some reason, the smoke is like not working for me. Like I can't add HP to it, so we can ignore the smoke and just do the magma. I don't know what's wrong with it. So
Okay.
it's just you and the magma. I don't know why it's not working. Oh, it's because I don't have it unlocked. But it let me add it. That's bullshit. Okay.
You can do. Doesn't matter. You can add
No,
it
I
right
don't
now.
have
if you
its
want.
like stat sheet in front of me, and I'm not about to like go look it up.
All right.
Let's just
So
magma.
I pull out my my blade, my long blade. Is it long or short? Hold on. Short blade. I pull out my short blade and just yank it out, trying to slash as much as I can going forward. So, like that,
Okay.
right into the magma guy.
All right. Roll to hit.
There we go. Short sword. Roll to hit is. Alright. Fuck. 4.
Okay. So you do like the fucking slender
Maddie
eye
over here just
efficiency.
making faces. I'm sorry. I had to call it out.
I'm bored of shit, dude.
Yeah, I worry that would be a thing. Is what it is.
You're good.
All right, he takes 4 damage, and then gets ready to hit you with another claw attack. All right,
I try to
so
block the claw attack.
How does that work?
What are you using? You guys SB in reaction.
No, my short sword that I already have out. Like, so I literally yanked it out and tried to like slash him as I was yanking it out.
No, but
So
in D&D rules to do that, it has to be a reaction to do that. So do you have like a parry ability or something on your sword?
no, I was kind of hoping I could roll for it.
No. Let me see your.
Do I have Barry? I might have Barry. I don't know.
No, I think it's unless like you. I don't remember what it's called, like preparing an action or something. Like if you're expecting someone to
No.
come down a door, you can like.
That's when you hold an action. When you're in combat and you want to like parry or like let's say someone like throws out a spell and I counter spell you, that's a reaction. Or silvery barbs, reaction. Mage armor, reaction.
Fireball.
So you're saying I don't have it?
I don't think you do.
If I don't, it's fine. Yeah. All right. So I just take what, 4 damage?
I'm gonna look in your stat sheet, but I would say no.
Yeah, we can say you take 4 damage.
Okay, that's so weird.
All right. You notice yourself growing weaker. The voice returns, restating its offer, offering you the blade. You're faltering, and your people are suffering because of it.
Do I see any enemies around me currently? Like, am I seeing any shadows? Am I seeing any anything like that?
You don't see the specter. You just hear his voice making you the offer for the blade again.
Okay, so I kind of like yank myself out of that as much as I could and stand strong up and say, no,
Okay.
I'm doing this on my own.
Talking about fucking Toppler? Sorry.
You as you get up, you take in your surroundings, and you notice the sorry, best I can do. You notice the communal well within I don't know, 10 feet of you. Sparking ideas for how to defeat the magma method.
I position myself in front of the well. So I try. Can I roll for like acrobatics or dexterity or something to kind of slide by the magma method to like put myself in front of the well?
Yeah, I think he might have it. I don't remember what it's called, opportunity attack or something. I'm not sure though how that works.
Okay, say that again. Sorry, I was reading something.
Like you know in Baldur's Gate, if like 2 people are within like melee distance of one another, and then you choose to fuck off, someone gets to try and attack you as you do so.
Yeah, you can technically disengage.
Wait. Yeah, let's say can I use disengage? Actually,
But that's your action.
I know.
Yeah, what will that do?
That means he negates it. Because he's disengaging.
Okay, didn't. Okay. Um.
I
You can
mean,
use
It's
it.
action,
it's just
therefore
like
you
Use
can't.
in
that
Baldur's.
instead of. Okay, yeah, you can use that as your action. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, use your action so he can't hit anybody. You just getting the fuck out of dodge.
Okay, but can you walk away then after that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay, so do
I
that.
can go
yeah.
anywhere I
Okay.
want, just without an
Yeah, yeah,
opportunity
yeah. It,
attack.
it just negates him or
Of course.
negates from um the reaction or the
So I move from where I
attack.
am to put myself in between that uh magma method and the well. I'm basically in a stance to like kind of get ready to move.
Uh, so where are you relative to the well? Are you by it or where are you?
So in between, I'm like basically like right in front of it. Like
Okay, like
the
it's
I'm trying
you,
to
well in the
position
middle,
myself.
method.
So it's basically well, me, magma method.
Okay, gotcha. Um, as you do so, the method gets a little bit more mocking and rage filled. Weakness and cowardice, and starts making a violent beeline right for you and flying in your direction.
Okay. I would like to dodge and at the last second, hoping that that momentum will carry him into the well.
Carry you inside the well?
No, carry the method into the well. So like
I
right
see,
at
and
the
then he'll
last
fall
second, I'll
into
go.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What am I rolling?
You said you want to dodge, so what would that be? Would be
Look,
acrobatics?
Acrobatics, dexterity. Which one?
Last stand your
hang
feet.
on.
Yeah.
I am above the looking.
Be dex maybe.
Uh,
I think that's a
No,
dexterity save.
but it's
Not save,
advantage.
throw.
I don't.
I
I
could
don't
throw
think
somebody
so.
sitting through with advantage. Okay. Sorry. Looking to find first.
I feel like it would be dex. Actually, I don't know.
Hang on, I'm writing that. Give me a second. Take. I have phone. Well, are you using it as a reaction of him coming towards you?
Yes, I'm basically doing it at the last second.
I don't know if it counts as like the reaction
It's
or the
because
last game.
that's a reaction. The only reaction you have is Hellish Rebuke. That's the only thing you
I don't
have.
think it's a reaction. The idea is that you've disengaged from combat and now you just want to move out of the way.
Correct.
You
Actually,
you
that's
can
true. I already wasn't in combat by the point that he was starting to charge at me, so I could use that as like part of my disengage.
no
Could I
because
not?
no because if you're in no because technically you're like still in that combat. So like when he like gets like in your face, technically you can't just like disengage.
I mean,
That
but
just
you can use
negates.
the dodge action? That's an action. It's just an action. So let's say you disengage, you put that distance between you, and then he's trying to re-engage by attacking you. Now you're back in combat. So that would like restart the roll. And then your action would be to dodge.
Yeah, correct.
I feel like that would work, Maddie.
So it says here the dodge on the attack rolls at a disadvantage. So you roll to hit, and then that rolls at a disadvantage. So
Okay,
you
we
roll
can do
two
that.
d20s. You roll 2d20s and take the lower roll.
I rolled an 8 and I rolled a 3.
I do
so
or he
a 3.
does.
He does,
I do. Yeah, okay,
since
so
he's the one that's attacking.
that would be a 3.
So three. So
now you roll to dodge, or what does that look like?
no. So that was so. Now since he doesn't hit, therefore he missed. So you could do whatever you want with it.
Okay, so your dodge is out of the way.
Tier
Mm-hmm.
judges out of the way. Last second dodges out of the way.
And in doing so, the method speeds its way through viciously in an angry daze and stumbles into the well, its firing light being extinguished in the waters below as you hear a very tortured and garbled scream and screeching drowning under the water as its life force and skin are basically, whatever the water equivalent of like being burned alive is. Not necessarily drowned, but
Yeah.
you got me. So with that, you did it. Okay, so with that, you've defeated the Mephit, and you continue your trek down down the city pathway to reach the throne room. As you reach the palace, you see and you go through the front doors of the throne room from the outside. You see an illusion of your family and a younger version of yourself cowering in fear with them in the throne room. The specter reappears. The throne room around you is in ruins. There are fires glowing all around you, and ash and embers where proud banners used to hang. You see your family, your parents and siblings, just as they were that night, trapped and afraid, and there in the center of the destruction is you, the boy who couldn't act. The specter walks towards the boy, your younger self, with its blade pointed at the vision of your younger self. And you hear its voice enter your mind once more. This was the moment, wasn't it? He sneers. The moment you realized how powerless you were. The specter gently places his blade on the shoulder of your younger self. He then raises the blade on high, ready to strike. And as he brings the blade back down, suddenly you awake, like the ending of a nightmare. You find yourself back in the forest with the Guardian, having completed the trial. The Guardian gives you a final vision of the crystal that you wore around your neck, as it is now. Surrounded by darkness, its many shifting, beautiful colors slowly fading and being overtaken by a corrupting blackness creeping over the crystal. You hear total silence, interrupted by the faint sound of military chanting and combat drills. And you should write that down. Do you want me to say again?
1 second.
Okay.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. So this is describing where your crystal necklace is now. It's surrounded by darkness. Its many colors are slowly fading and being overtaken by a corrupting blackness creeping over the crystal.
Hold on.
It doesn't have to be word for word.
I know. Okay.
You hear total silence, interrupted by the faint sound of military chanting and combat drills.
says military sirens.
Military drills, like military chanting and combat drills.
Chanting this. Okay.
And combat drills, as in like a training drill.
Yeah.
Okay. And with that, you've successfully completed your trial. The wolf retracts its gaze and looks onto all three of you. Does Deerslayer do anything after that?
No.
Okay. The wolf prepares his next question. Would you abandon your companions if it meant achieving your goal? And he looks at Tyr.
Yes.
You want to elaborate, or?
No.
Okay. The wolf illuminates your path and looks on to Senna.
Without certainty.
Oh, you guys are bigger dicks than I thought. Said Alaris.
Fuck you!
Go gotta do!
Alaris says, well, I was gonna say no. And reflects. Knowledge means little if it leaves you standing alone and without a purpose and a way to use it. And with that, the wolf prepares its next question. What do you fear most, Tyr?
Well, I don't fear death, so dire scorpions are kind of scary.
A weird answer.
But seriously, my enemy's not tasting the bite of my sword.
Which answer do you want to give?
The second one.
It's like,
You can choose.
The second one, 100%.
Okay.
where the fuck that first one come from?
That's a quote from a show.
Oh.
I wonder if the wolf has seen it. You're looking at me like you're not a fan.
Hey, not a Game Grumps fan. Gotcha.
I'm seeing some nay faces. Is that what that is? What is your face doing? Is that...
Aaron, Dan, who's your favorite?
With that, he moves on to Senna. What do you fear most?
The unknown, because I like to plan for things I can see and control the outcome strategically.
Alaris looks at you like, where's that been? Now, it's not a lie if you believe it. So does Senna believe it?
Senna does believe it.
Senna does believe it. And
She's a lot more truthful than she gives people out to be.
Alright, and the wolf says, it's not a lie if you believe it. And illuminates the path forward. He looks to Alaris and asks the same question. Alaris answers, losing myself to the darkness of the wilds and failing to honor the ones who have already been lost. And with that, he looks into Alaris's eyes and gives him a vision. And I'll give you guys the options. I can either speed through it like a quick story, or I can let you play as Alaris.
You speed through it.
Okay. What do you think, Steve?
No, I can speak to it.
Alright, cool. As you step forward, the world around you is shifting. The vibrant greens of the forest, twist into a sickly gray. The trees are withering as demonic rifts glow ominously in the distance. You feel the weight of the lantern that's in your hands its light flickering weakly. The air hums with malice. An air of evil surrounds you. And from the shadows, whispers slither into your mind. You see visions of your mentor, bloodied and beaten, struggling to hold back the growing darkness. He calls out to you with his voice trembling, saying, "The lantern must not falter." As he says this, the lantern in your hands begins to pulse. You see spirits swirling around the lantern like eels swimming through the air, circling around the flame that you carry. In the distance of the forest is a large glowing light that's cutting through the darkness of the woods, like a doorway, and the lantern seems to be attracted to it, pulling you closer and closer to that doorway of light. As you make your way through the darkness and closer to the doorway, shadow creatures begin to emerge from the trees, whispering in your mind, "Leave it behind, druid, run and live. The light cannot save you." After battling with the voices in your head and resisting them, you manage to make your way closer and closer to that doorway. You examine it as you reach it and start to understand the nature of it. It's a portal to another world, a rift in your current plane of reality. As you look closer, you understand that the doorway looks more and more like a portal, and the dark demonic energy surrounding you in the forest is seeping into the doorway, into that plane. As you come to this epiphany, you awake back with the spirit guardian and back on your back in the vines that you're standing on. You complete the trial as you step through the portal and awake back in the presence of your companions and the guardian. That image of the portal and the darkness seeping through it lingers in your mind. You see a final vision of the lantern, not where it was, but where it is. Its light thrashing violently, the warm autumn flame turning black. You hear a distant sound of rustling branches and lost voices echoing through the cold night air as they send a shiver down your spine. Let me know if you wanted any repeats for notes on that last bit.
I'm good.
No, but damn. Well written.
Some of it's just like improvised too, so there's that.
It was beautiful either way.
Okay, so next question. When the specter of death comes for you, what will you say to it, Tyr?
I would welcome death at that point. There's nothing else I would rather be than with my own kin.
Even before your vengeance
Yes,
is complete?
I would welcome death.
Give me a second. Take 1d6 necrotic damage. We can roll for it.
Oh, I have to roll? Alright.
Yeah, you can roll for it. I mean, yeah, I guess I would.
Yeah, let's say.
Yeah, that's 6. You can do
6
necrotic.
damage?
Yeah, 6 necrotic damage. You can make sure you're back to you're topped up, by the way, after your trial, because that wasn't you.
It was your brain, you.
Yeah, it was just your vision of yourself.
Okay.
Deception corrodes the soul. Truth is the only way forward.
I
The wolf poses another question to you. If
Okay.
death is the only goal or the ultimate goal you seek, why continue living? Why seek vengeance? Why do anything? Why not end your life?
because I yearn for comfort. The only comfort I have in living is making sure that the dead are are set right. If I'm dead, then that means nothing. I'm already there with the people that I'm trying to set right. So why care? If I'm already dead. I'll do whatever I can when I'm alive. But I can't promise death.
The wolf, uh, the wolf's voice, once softened, begins to growl into a deep, distrustful rumbling. The next time you say something to it or want to roll or persuade it, roll with disadvantage.
Okay.
He flickers the light in front of you, the pathway forward, about halfway than its typical distance, and it's especially dim this time. And then he moves on to Senna.
So I want to interrupt here. With that flickering of light, let's say Tyr gets an idea that the wolf didn't like it. So the wolf says, "What do you want from me?" Or not the wolf. Tyr says, "What do you want from me?" What do you want from me?
I want you to reveal yourself in truth.
Have I not?
Your mind and soul are clouded with confusion. The pathway forward will never be illuminated for those steeped in darkness and confusion.
Okay. So I would say Tyr backs off.
Senna, when the specter of death comes for you, what will you say to it?
Bring it on, baby.
Can I clarify? Does that mean you're going to fight it off or
Yes.
bring it on, let's die?
That's actually a fair
I'll
question.
fight it.
Okay. Alright, the path ahead of you illuminates. Alaris says, I will not beg or fight. I will ask what truths it has seen and listen before my time has come. Next question. Do you see the forest as an ally, a tool, or an obstacle?
Looking at me?
Good
Yeah,
question.
Tyr.
Okay. I see the forest as mostly an ally. Magic can corrupt, but that doesn't mean the forest is not an ally.
Alright, it illuminates the path ahead of you, seemingly more trustful. Senna.
It's a tool, but I see it as my ally.
Using allies for instrumental purposes. How pragmatic, and illuminates the path ahead of you. Alaris replies, it's a living entity, sometimes an ally, sometimes an enemy, but always deserving of respect. So, as you do so, as this question is answered, the next set of steps illuminate ahead of you, and as you walk forward, you notice that the vines are reacting a little bit more decisively and quickly to your steps. They start to pulsate and fill in the dents and fill in the holes of your footsteps more rapidly, like almost like they're pushing you forward, covering up the spaces and the road back to where you came from. The next question: what do you truly desire from the death bloom? He says to Tyr.
A means to an end.
More ambiguity, more confusion, more darkness or deception. Explain, or I'll draw my own conclusions.
I'm doing this for my friend. That flower is the only way that my friend can live.
The friend you're so dedicated to but would abandon.
Yes.
Humans are
I
vile
still have
things, corrupted
morality.
by confusion.
I still have morality. One way
However
or
relative
another.
it might be, it's what you make it, right? He looks at you in disgust, making a case that humans are vile creatures, corrupted by confusion, tainted by their own quest for power, and looks at you with a bit of disgust and anger.
Okay.
But it's the truth, and he illuminates the path forward. Sana?
Can you repeat the question again?
Sure. What do you truly desire from the death bloom?
I desire the properties that's within the death bloom itself. What it beholds.
Do you know of what properties it holds?
Not necessarily.
The quest for knowledge is a noble one. Under the right light. And he lights up the path forward. Alaris answers, to know if its beauty conceals salvation or destruction. His light lights up the path forward. For the final test, the wolf explains, you must look inwards and reveal yourselves. You must reveal who you are behind it all, what aches at you in the dead of night, what fuels the rage within you, and what losses have left you alone and afraid. Do you say anything in response?
I strip naked.
Do you really?
Do you really strip naked, Maddie?
Okay, so you start getting undressed, and the wolf looks at you. Nature is often beautiful, but mortals
I was thinking this is
reveal.
more of like the bear fucking scene
Yeah, we'll get
from
there.
from Baldur's Gate.
Nature is often beautiful in its most vulnerable state, but I've come to learn that humanoids express their identity through their clothing. Keep yours on.
I'm gonna leave him off.
All right, you're gonna roll with disadvantage if you need to. 'Cause
I'm,
that's your
I'm
party.
gonna leave him off.
He's like, no, I'm good. Fucking.
Yeah.
What was that? All right. Do you say or do anything else, guys?
Nope,
No,
that's it.
I really don't have anything to say. No.
Okay. So funny, Maddie. This was not. I wrote so fucking much for this session. That never came to my mind, not even a little bit.
Well, you said
I stripped
you said
naked.
you said reveal what's behind, so my skin's behind,
so I revealed
and like
my behind. Yeah.
yeah, so like
I
and like the
flop my
clothing is in front
dong
of it,
on
so
your
I strip
forehead.
it off. You can see what's underneath.
I like it. All right. All right. Well, irrespective of that part, the next thing he says is, "Indeed, I sense a great loss in all of you. Material possessions, basic decency, clothing,
Give him a wink.
loved ones, mentors, entire nations and kingdoms. I sense you have all suffered great losses in your lives. But to lose yourself is a fate worse than death. This is a truth that all who seek the death's bloom must confront. Show me would-be heroes, show me through all the darkness and deception that you have not lost yourselves. Reveal yourselves to these grounds."
And I just put my hands on my hips like this.
As you do that, the wolf's final instructions begin to be etched into your minds as his ethereal form disappears into the night sky. You hear his voice instruct you. And let me know if you want me to say it again or paste in the chat, okay? To take them is to leave them. To leave them is to reveal yourself.
Ooh. Ooh. And he's doing confucky things again. 1 moment.
So to take
What?
them,
God
to
damn
leave
it!
them, and what was the second part of that?
I'm gonna
Yeah,
wait
paste it
until
in the chat. I'll get it to when.
Maddie, are you back? Maddie?
Huh?
She
You
never
back?
left.
I never left.
No, but you were acting like you couldn't hear us again, like your audio cut out.
No, my fucking pen decided not to work. Again.
Alright. Here it is in the chat.
Okay. I'll write that
So
down.
those are his
My shit.
final instructions for your last question, for your last test.
Now, as he's saying as he's saying this, is he like disappearing or?
Yeah, he's gone. He's disappeared.
Okay. I don't think I'll wait when you're done.
How many pens
I still
you
can't
got?
get it to work.
It's okay. You can type up
I
notes.
have just this one. No,
just the
I'm
one
taking
in the whole house. You can. It's fine. Just type.
Well, I
type
mean,
notes.
like the one right I have. Dude, this bitch went like straight on the fucking ink. What? Continue. Oh.
I'm pausing there for a minute. So, he's given you this set of instructions or this riddle for your next trial, basically. It says to take them is to leave them is to reveal yourself. Fucking Maddie. She's like, I got a pen somewhere.
It's fucking bacon it.
She's like crossing her eyes, like, what is this device?
My favorite thing is the bright light that's going straight into her fucking eyes. She's still managing to write perfectly fine.
Well, I had to discombobulate it.
Discombobulate.
Discombobulated. No, the funniest thing is it looks like this. I'm gonna show you. It looks like this.
Well, like your
Wasn't
head
far
keeps
off.
going off frame too, because you keep ducking, which is why I always think that like something's wrong, or you drop something, or you're fixing a wire or something, because like your head keeps like dipping out of existence. You okay? You all right? What the fuck? Why are you having a giggling fit? What the shit, Maddie?
I don't know. It's just funny as shit. Yeah, this bitch is not fucking. Oh my god, I have to get another pen.
I think it's time for
have
another pen, yeah.
Well, I had a pen in here, and then my brother came in. Some bitch.
Like a vaping pen, because that's not.
Yeah,
what we're
yeah.
looking
Blame
for.
your brother. Blame your brother for it.
I would just type them up. Just type them up for now.
Dan, we got a kitsune.
We got a what?
A kitsune.
What is that?
The wolf spirit we just talked to.
Oh, isn't that a fox?
Oh, you're right. It's a fox. Shit.
Actually.
You're right. Is that not a fox? Actually.
Dude, I'm so happy that game's dying. Like, I don't want it. I don't want to be happy, but I am very. I don't want it to. I don't want it to deserve to die, but it deserves to die, and therefore I'm
It
happy that
deserves
it's
to
dying.
die.
Yeah.
As much as I'd hate to say it because it's a landmark of a game.
Yeah, it means a lot to me, but no. Like, they killed it, and now hopefully the player base is like wising up, because it's like, oh, we're being treated better over there. Let's just go over there.
No, yeah, no shit. Wouldn't that make sense?
Okay, I'll have to write that down later.
See, like, I know that StarCraft is like a huge game. It's massive, and especially in the world of gaming, it's massive. But damn, does it need to die?
No, it doesn't. Why does it need to die?
I think it needs to.
No, it doesn't, because it wasn't like manipulated, corrupted.
Oh, I don't think like in
cheapened.
terms of that sense. I just think it's an era that is just over.
The height of its popularity is over, but as a game, as a community, it doesn't like need to disappear. People can play it and enjoy it. But
I
when
still
I'm
think
talking about,
that's for every game, but yeah.
all right. In any case, Maddie, are you ready to continue?
Yeah, I got my hand working. I'm writing it down.
Okay. You don't necessarily. Okay, I don't give a shit. Just tell me when you're done.
Okay, I'm good. I have it written down with my pen.
All right, cool. Now talk amongst yourselves. What the fuck does this mean? What do you understand this
To
be?
take them is to leave them. To leave them is to reveal themselves. So you have to leave yourself.
Talking about our demons.
I mean, that could be, yeah, but since you have to like to reveal yourself to take them. So like, do I like strip naked again, or like?
So do I
You're
get
close.
naked
Go like
again?
Sky Eagle, or like?
That's what you meant, right, Dan?
Do I tell her like my
Close.
deep dark secrets?
Yeah, I meant your dick. Yeah, I usually mean your dick.
He's giving a big fat mushroom stamp.
You start doing the windmill, the helicopter, in the middle of this glade.
Just imagine there's like a fight going on behind her, and she's just sitting there going like,
So, hey guys, look, it's like Laffy Taffy. Hold
Guys, I can make a bat wing. It's really cool looking.
I can make it into a parachute.
on. Here, let me try and throw it, and then like your entire body gets like dragged along with it.
To take
Amongst
them
yourselves,
is to
someone
leave
help
them.
you.
To leave them is to reveal yourself. So you're revealing something to it. So you're talking to the plant. I'm guessing. Reveal yourself.
Treat it as like a question, I guess. You can think of it like this, just like what is the answer to this question, basically.
Okay, well the question is, what do we have to reveal to ourselves? Like reveal.
I'm saying like it's like a riddle. Like what is it? Like what are they? To take them is to leave them. What's the them?
I don't know. Like give it like your deepest, darkest secret. Maybe. Like. Mm, what do you think, Steve?
I mean, to me, it can mean different things. So
Yeah,
trying to land on
you can reveal a bunch of different stuff. Like I said, you can like strip naked, reveal like literally reveal
Cover the
yourself.
background. Yeah, I got it.
I
Yeah,
also strip naked. No, I'm just kidding.
you can seance circle.
Have a
Cool.
circle jerk.
I'm gonna say
Yeah.
circle. All right. Okay.
I might be just missing it, honestly. I feel like I'm missing it.
Okay.
To take them is to leave them. To leave them is to reveal yourself.
Tell me at what point you need a little bit more.
I think I need a little more.
Just a tad.
Just a little something.
Just a touch. Okay. Excuse me. Sorry.
No dying.
As you take your initial steps forward, you leave that bridge and the glade begins to return. But the vines that made up the bridge are still surrounding the entire the entire earth beneath your feet, almost like carpeting, like a blanket over the landscape, over the grass. They still move like serpents around you. And in doing so, they move even more quickly and decisively out of your way and then back to fill in the space that you left.
I'm just trying to imagine all this and. Alright. Maybe I might just be struggling to have a picture in my head.
Don't overthink it. Because I
might
basically led you guys there. Think about the things
Can you paste
said.
it in the chat?
Paste what in chat?
I don't know what you just said.
I essentially re-described the new. I described the new scene of leaving the vine bridge and re-described the behavior of the vines, which is kind of intensified, which is whenever you move forward, it kind of wraps its way around your feet to get out of the way and then to refill in the gaps that you left and the dents in the ground that you left.
So to me, this is just saying like we need to say something to get out of this. Or am I correct? It sounds
I
like
don't know
there's
how to
some
answer
sort of
that.
buzzword.
Well, the first thing you need to do is figure out what the answer to this question is. What's the them?
The
I swear to God, guys, like you're gonna feel silly. Don't
I
overthink it.
guarantee you. I'm
Don't
overthinking.
overthink it.
I know. I'm overthinking the fuck out of this.
Okay,
So I
what's like
know.
the very limited information that I've given you so far? Just retrace where we've been here.
So I'm struggling hardcore. Fuck me. All right.
Well, them is the vines, right?
Yes, the vines obviously they're encompassing us and encircling us on the ground, but I'm trying to understand exactly like.
Well, if you think, I'll do that. Once you know what the them is and you say it, I'll tell you if you're right. It's not vines. The them isn't the answer to that little riddle or whatever you want to call it is not vines.
Oh no, I was just talking about our what's happening around us and our surroundings. The answer to that question, I have no fucking idea. I'm trying to figure it out. It's gonna be stupid, I guarantee it, but my brain's overthinking everything at the moment.
Is like them like our answers or the questions that he gave us? Like our uncertainty?
I like your thought. That's not the answer, but I like the thought.
Oh my god, just fucking tell us.
Is it scrutiny?
Scrutiny? Like
Rejection?
judgment?
Yeah.
What? To take them is to leave them. To leave them is to reveal yourself.
Can you just tell me?
Would it help if I changed one word?
Probably.
Maybe.
We'll see. Maybe it helps. To take them is to leave them. To leave them is to reveal them. Now,
Did that help you at all, Maddie?
in some sense, it can help you because now you know something. Because if I can logically change the word yourself with the word them, that should tell you something about there being a relationship between whatever the them is and yourself. Like there should be a connection between those two things that I can switch those words out. Right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think it is? This is like so silly, guys.
Yeah,
I
I'm
actually
sure
didn't
it is.
prepare any hints at all because I don't know. I came up with this one too, and I liked it.
To take them is to leave them. And to leave them is to reveal them. I mean, is it like your true self?
Criticism?
Nope. It's rough. I don't know how to give you hints for this. I really don't.
I really don't know exactly how to guess towards this because I have an idea of what you mean, but I don't know if it's gonna be the right answer.
The only thing I can get you to do is kind of retrace where you've been so far, which is like, what have you been told? What have you been doing? Let's answer those questions. What have we been doing so far? What have your characters been doing?
Being interrogated?
Okay, what else?
Questioned on our true
Judgment?
selves and what
Scrutiny?
we actually want.
True. Okay, what else?
We're trying to edge towards truth. We're trying to see what we actually want.
Okay. Um, Every
Am I
time
wrong?
you got a question and you found the truth, what did the truth allow you to do?
Progress forward.
There's your hint.
So the truth will progress us forward.
What? I'm not answering that. Rewind to the question. Rewind to what you said and then what I said
Okay.
a second ago. When I
Okay.
said there's your hint. I'm kidding. I'm gonna lose it, guys. Come on. Like I came up with this one myself. I was very proud of it because like thematically it's perfect for the rest of
My
the story.
brain's just not making the
And
connection,
also,
man.
it's very simple. So
My brain's just not making the connection, man.
Come on,
It
guys.
happens. I'm sorry.
turn on the GPUs that run your brains.
I'm trying to, dog.
Patty's about to fall asleep over there.
I'm thinking. I am thinking. I
very
have to close
similar
my
look.
eyes.
Um,
Kind of, not really.
I mean, you ever see The Thinker? He's basically asleep on the shitter. Anyway, I can. What else can I say about this?
Try not to get like you to explain it to us, like in plain English, but fuck, man, it doesn't seem like you're explaining it in plain English. Does I know
When
it
you
might seem
take-
like it to you.
Think a bit more literally. When you take these things in the same process, you are leaving them. It's not like
Oh my fucking god, Steve, we're idiots. Is it steps?
give the girl an inspiration point. To take them is to leave them. To leave them is to reveal them.
Taking steps.
Now, do you know how many times I avoided the word steps in the last like 5 minutes? Every time I said, just think back, retrace where you've been, retrace your steps, I kept trying to not say steps.
But
I even
just
went back and was like,
that just
the
didn't
forest
connect,
opens up
man.
to you, you walk forward, and the vines walk around your feet every time you step forward, and every time you lift your foot up, the vines are intensifying in how quickly they fill in the gap and the dent in the ground. I made sure not to say footstep, but I said everything but footstep, and I described you walking, and I described the vines reacting to your footsteps. And I even made sure to describe the vine pattern throughout the trials. So
you're very right.
Like
I feel like
Or
an
just
idiot.
fucking retarded.
Like I tried. I swear I tried.
You're right.
No, you're
I
good.
feel like
You
an
just
idiot.
have a bunch of fucking idiots.
100% should have known
Bunch of
that.
fucking clowns.
I love you guys. Okay. So
God
you
damn it.
say steps, and as you do that, the wolf's voice reappears, and he asks you effectively his last question. What is your name?
Is he asking me?
Yes, each one of you individually. Tyr, you can go first.
Tyr Warbane, the rightful heir of Eros.
Senna, go ahead.
Dana Madurder, the leader of the Crimson Syndicate.
He goes to Alaris. And Alaris says, Alaris, the keeper of the lantern. And as you each take turns stating your names and titles, it dawns on all three of you, hey, we just learned each other's names. Now listen to me very carefully, you assholes. I told you months ago.
I was purposely dodging it.
I told you months ago I had something for this. I told you, keep it up. Don't say what the names are, because I have something for this. And then Tyr blurted it out as a non sequitur, and I got a little annoyed.
You motherfucker.
I want a round of applause. I want a stretched limo. I want an Xbox 360. And
360 specifically.
and $10,000 cash.
Are we ending it there?
Well, no, I'm not done. Almost.
Oh, okay.
I'm almost done.
I was gonna say, no, we're getting silly or not. Yeah.
Okay, so the wolf voice echoes one more time in your minds, cementing your identities as you've revealed them to be throughout this trial. Senna Madurder, the axe of the underworlds, and he offers you a bit of advice. The dual-sided axe cuts both ways. Know why you strike, or lose your own head. I'll paste these in chat, okay, Maddie? He turns to Tyr and says, Tyr, what is it, Warbane?
Tyr Warbane, yeah.
Warbane, the dagger of the damned. Fractured hues in a divided heart. Unite the prism's colors into a single purifying light, or succumb to the dancing blades of multiplicity. And I came up with that, and that's really good, and I'll tell you why later.
I just liked hearing it.
I'll paste them all in chat, don't worry. And he turns to Alaris finally and says, Alaris, the warden of the wilds, entangled roots, like a tyrant's chains, bind the foolish heart. Shepherd them toward the surface light, or be bound in internal darkness. And that is where we'll end. Also, you all leveled up.
Yeah! Level what, 3?
Yeah, I think so.
Well done.
It's good, right?
That was very good. I felt like I was
Tell me I'm
interrogating the
good.
whole
Tell
fucking
me
time.
how good that was. Tell me you thought that
That
was
was very nice.
Okay,
Very, very nice.
That was like some proper weaving right there. That's what that was.
So the question is, how long did it take you to do that?
A lot. For like I mean, when's the last time we played? Basically, you know, it's funny. Originally, it was a lot simpler, like a lot simpler. But then I just saw it as an opportunity to up the ante and have you guys like learn more about each other, because I felt like we don't really know enough about each other at all, and also it feels like it'd be an interesting little thought experiment to see how well we know our own characters and what we would answer these as.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. But it was
The minute you you did like, you were like, who are you? I was like, this
what is your name?
This is where he gets us. The charade is over.
All I know is I wasn't fucking wrong yesterday.
That's just
You weren't
funny.
wrong yesterday? About
Yeah. Thought.
Here, I'm posting it in chat. I would save these guys because I actually agonized over the titles since the start of the campaign, like weeks before we started.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I really
like
like mine.
And doing it. Oh, and they're gonna change again. So this is where you are now. They're gonna change again. And I came up with these and reworked them a lot over the course of like a long time now. So I just posted them in chat. I would definitely copy paste them, save them somewhere. And,
No, 100%.
Yeah, and in the advice, by the way, is like, I wrote all those. Like, they're really good. They're really good. I wrote them myself. No ChatGPT bullshit. So I was very like proud, and I thought it worked perfectly. And what's so nice too is like I didn't know what the fuck you guys were gonna say or do, but the way I thought of you guys or your characters was consistent enough with how you guys thought of them and acted as them, to where I could offer advice or come up with one-liners, because like none of the wolf's lines in response to your answers, obviously I didn't know what the fuck I was gonna say, so I just like made that up based on whatever the fuck I thought. So I thought that was
Well,
great. I loved
how'd
doing
you
that.
so how'd you think we did?
I thought you guys did wonderfully. I thought there were times where it's like I couldn't tell if like you. I'm trying to think what I thought. I think there were times where I wasn't sure if your character answer would be what you said, or if it was like a stock standard placeholder where, like, for instance, for the questions where you guys were like, morality is relative or power is however you use it. It's like, okay, does Maddie believe that as Maddie? Does Steve believe that as Steve? Or is that something that their characters
Oh
would believe?
no.
Or is that
Yeah.
something generic from Google or ChatGPT or a combination? So I tried to like balance it to where it's like, okay, there were parts of what you said that make sense in the context of this character's story and who they are, and I'm gonna harp and investigate on that. But if I felt like it's not consistent, or if it's a lie in some way, or if it's just like confused and doesn't make sense, then I'm gonna interrogate it or like work with it or punish you guys. So there was a little bit of
No,
weirdness there,
I'd rather you do that than anything. But like, no, legitimately, I took those questions that you posted in the D&D chat, and I legitimately took a second to sit there and think about how my character would answer them.
Yeah.
So I put it
I
in a
like
Google
it.
Doc.
How
Yeah.
how much of your guys' characters' answers relate to what you personally believe?
Some, but not a lot.
Okay.
I mean, like the
Probably the
whole
Holy Path one is the one I would agree with the most. But other
no,
than that,
so the Holy Path one, I was thinking about how a lot of where he's been has made sense. He was in this cult and he had some sort of belief when he was a kid, but he lost it along the way. This cult just kind of taught him magic powers. He didn't believe in any of it. And that kind of disillusioned him and jaded him to most things. But that could be me imprinting on him, but that's how I imagined it. So that was the holy path answer. But I mean, the especially like the root of all evil, corrupt power, that makes sense. I mean, like all that shit. Like I try to think of exactly what he would think. The dire scorpion things, like what do you fear most? I don't know. I was trying to be like
funny.
I don't fear death, so I guess dire scorpions, and that was supposed to be like my answer. And then I was like, Dan's not gonna like that answer.
Yeah, you're right. Because while I went silent, I was scrolling through what the second tier of punishment would be. I had 3 levels
Yeah.
of punishment.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, I had an actual serious answer, which is the answer that I thought of, like would be his answer. So no, I mean like definitely some of this is me, but most of this is how I think he is.
Cool. Yeah, that's I thought that was so fucking interesting. Like, I really liked this session a lot. I thought it was so interesting getting to like learn more about how you guys see your characters and learn more about the characters by doing it, while also imposing a like, hey, this is the rules of this world. It's like, whether your character agrees with it or not, the wolf's in charge in this moment and he's not happy. so like that's the context.
Mhm.
But
Honestly,
so like
there was
just
a
be honest and he's gonna
there
let
was
you go forward. Yeah.
No, I know. And there was a quick second there where I felt like I was being honest, and you were just like punishing me for it, and I was like,
Like,
Yes.
are you
Well, 'cause
really?
so this is where it
alright,
got muddy for me.
yeah,
I think because there were a couple questions from you guys where I felt like it's not that there wasn't being honest, is that it was completely unclear. Like I didn't understand what you were saying and it was incoherent and confused, and so I I framed it as the wolf is pissed off. He's gonna like he'll flicker it forward. You can kind of move forward, but he's not
Wolf
very
doesn't
happy.
understand, is confused, but doesn't like it. Yeah, that's how
Yeah,
I took it.
where it's like yeah, because that's again where I did like a little bit of sleight of hand where I'm like, okay, it's not really a lie, but we can abstract the concept of lie to the concept of confusion, darkness, fog, right? And we can say
Hmm.
that like the fact that I think this answer is inconsistent and foggy and not like clear, then that's a type of darkness, or it's at least not true, right? Even if it's
Yeah.
not like a knowing lie, it's at least not the truth. So that was enough to kind of like elicit a middle ground where it's like I'm not happy with you, but we're kind of like push you
Yeah,
forward.
we're just starting to kind of edge
Yeah,
towards not. Yeah, I see what you mean.
yeah, but I think it's interesting because like people are conflicted, your characters will be conflicted, and
No,
like
but
and like
that's it. Like there was a second there where I was like, you gave me that punishment of like, or even like the wolf being like not accepting of what I said, and it pulled me out of it for 2 seconds, and I was like, wait, what? And then I was like, oh wait, I'm playing a character. That's right. So
okay,
I accepted the punishment. It was one of those things where I was just like, I
but
pulled out like it was a game. Like it was
no,
a game. I just
but I
pulled out and was
liked
like,
the fact
wait.
that you asked the question where it's like, what do you want from me? And then as the wolf, I could elicit what Dan was thinking.
Ah,
Because what
yeah.
Dan was thinking was, it's not technically a lie, but it's vague and confused and foggy and murky, and it's not the truth. It's not a clear, it's not the truth. If Tyr is confused, that's fine, and he's not lying, but it's not the truth, right? It's not a clear, fact, truthful statement, coherent, consistent, logical statement. And so, because of that, like the DM was confused, and I had to do a little bit of like rework about like, okay, let's recategorize what constitutes a lie and redefine things because this is a bit of a gray area, and let's have the wolf explain it by saying, and I said something like confusion, fogginess or whatever um, will always cloud the path forward. So even though I didn't tell the wolf didn't tell you you're lying, you're deceiving me. The wolf told you you're confused and it's fogging up your path forward.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean
So
that
I tried to like
makes more sense
reconcile
to me.
that in a way that's clean and fair. Hopefully I did okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean
I
this was
I, I
great,
think you did.
super interesting.
Yeah.
You guys did great. I'm very proud of you.
Let's go,
I
Maddie.
thought
Oh
that was
yeah.
so fun. I really
We
like this
fucking did
session
it.
a lot. I think it stands out in a lot of ways.
No, I feel like
That's pretty fun.
every now and then a session like this would be a lot of fun, but I know it takes a lot of effort, and I would like to
Yes.
thank you, Dan, for putting the effort in.
Thank you,
I
sir.
love it.
I appreciate that. Yeah. I even worked like I went into the stories that you gave me and like reworked or just like did shit to them, like the memories or the core items. Because remember when we started, I told you like, give me 3 memories, give me 3 sentimental objects, and so I
I've seen
worked,
that.
those in. Maddie, I worked like 2 of your stories into one. I combined them. Yeah.
I've seen it.
So
That was dope.
it's pretty good. Yeah,
Well done,
I really
Dan.
like this one because it like everything started to align because we had a bunch of different like
Very lore based.
dispersed points of lore, dispersed points of like why is someone behaving in a certain way or acting a certain way. And it also felt like I didn't quite understand Tyr well enough. It didn't quite understand Alaris or Senna well enough. And I wanted to make sure everybody's like in the same page a little bit more in a way that's organic to the story, but also helpful for the players. And also help me make sense of like your guys' backstories and try and make like make something like aligned out of it. So I think this was very useful because like there were little bits and pieces of all of our characters and the story as a whole where I wasn't quite clear on, but this helped a lot. So thank you guys for like being that other half and like meeting me halfway and giving
Yeah, of course.
good,
Hell
thoughtful,
yeah.
answers and like taking it seriously.
I found it funny when I said yes. Like I can't remember what you said. What the question was exactly, Dan. But you asked us a question, and I said yes almost instantly.
It was would you abandon your companions to achieve your goals, and you said yes, and I would like would and like I think as the wolf the implication was like, did you want to elaborate or and you're like no.
No.
That
I don't
actually
want to.
surprised me. It surprised me that you said yes. It surprised me that Senna also said yes because Senna's so big on family and friends and loyalty. So why do you think Senna said that?
It's like, well, she just met those two chuckle fucks.
Yeah, that's fair.
So like, if they get in the way of what she's trying to achieve, she's gonna drop them.
I guess. I mean, the back of her neck was intimately familiar with Tyr's groin not moments ago, but I'll drop him like a bag of dirt off that neck. Who needs him?
No, I feel like that makes sense for my character. Like he just wants revenge for anything, however he can get it. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I was just like, I still want to know what Steve thinks. That's why I was like, can you elaborate a little more? Because I want to know like what Steve thinks about Tyr and where he thinks that line is.
If you want, I can explain it to you.
Like
at least
I
a
was
little
curious,
bit, whatever
like
I can
in the
think of.
context of that.
Get that gum out of your mouth. Get that gum out of your mouth.
Oh, Lord.
It's not gum.
Yes. What is it?
It's
Is it a Zen?
Oh,
okay.
It's a never.
You're lucky. I was gonna go over there, grab an hour, just slap you.
Who do you think I am?
So I was. So I'm curious for your guys' perspective. Do you have feedback on this type of session, or if you?
I love this.
Okay. Did you feel like, for instance, like the little trials that you had, or the little stories that you were in, or even like the way your characters were described and your backstory was described, was fair and accurate, or you feel like, well, that's not really how I imagined?
No, I mean, I think you did a pretty damn good job, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Like backstory wise and everything. I think you kind of fucking nailed it.
Sweet. I was so happy when you said like when you were describing at the earlier portion of the session, Steve, when you were like describing in like just like one sentence basically like the memory or your motives, and you like I forget what you said, like you referenced like your did you say like the burning building or something, or like I want to get vengeance for my family? You said something about like where you came from, like the location too, something like about that. I don't remember.
I'm trying to remember exactly what I said.
With my story, I'm like, oh, thank God, he even said it without me even like asking about it or bringing
no, that's
up
like
my
that's what I'm
depiction
saying.
of
Like you got whatever it was, it aligned it perfectly with what was in my head. So I was just kind of like, yeah,
beautiful.
You did a good
Yeah,
job.
I was so happy with that because it's like, oh shit, that brings it perfectly because it's like he's already thinking about it, and what he's thinking about is similar to what I thought about.
Yeah.
So that's I'm glad. I'm really happy about that.
That's why I'm like, solid work, man.
Okay. Do you have any feedback on what can be better, or if something was as consistent? Also, you, Maddie.
It could be better.
Probably just. It's gonna sound weird, but probably just like actually getting to know like the D&D combat rules and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean that's just an early DM thing.
Yeah, I was about to say maybe as a DM thing, like knowing what was rolled and all that other stuff before, like just a little more information.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I think part of that will come with time. Also, just like
Yeah.
naturally, I've seen it as like secondary because I don't care or am as interested in it as much.
But it's also a huge part, though.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Yeah, but I don't. There's the
completely
thing,
get it.
like
This is
I
your
don't.
first time doing it. Yeah,
Yeah, but like the thing is, I don't care about it in the same way that I care about like the characters in the story and making sure that that's going well. And I also don't want to get hung up on rules if it like interrupts the story or interrupts the flow, and interrupts our ability to just be flexible with the rules and have fun. But yeah,
I
Well,
think.
well,
like
that
a
that
more
that as a DM
intuitive.
is where that comes in. Is
Oh
where
no,
you can manipulate them
so
as you want to, but you still have your core base rules.
no,
I got
so
you. Part of
for
it
me,
again
it's more
is
to
like
the satisfaction of hearing the whether it's a high roll or not. You know what I mean? That's where that comes from me. I'm just like, all right, let me hear what happened with this goblin. You know what I
mm-hmm,
mean?
mm-hmm,
Just that part.
that's fair. Yeah,
But
and a lot of
uh,
times like I lean on Maddie for
yeah,
I lean on you, Maddie, for helping
Which
me
is
out.
fine.
I get
But
that.
I'm just saying, just having that understanding.
Yeah,
Like
I
it's
think
not like that bad.
yeah, I think I will obviously get better at it with time. And then also as my like mental load gets freed up, because like especially with this session, it felt like okay, now it feels like we're aligned a little bit more. Now it feels like
Yeah.
I have a better sense of where everything is, where the story is going, making sure we're all on the same page and everything. And I'm more happy with the quality of the story, because that's basically been like almost all the work has been the story stuff. So, and like planning the sessions to go smoothly. But since that's like now fallen more in place, uh, I can put more attention into like learning more of the basic or the more technical side of it that does not interest me, but would still help move things more smoothly if I intuitively knew them better.
Oh, the fact that you're
So
actually
that's
like
fair.
looking into how you become a better DM
Yeah, I mean, I just
is
don't care about numbers. So it's
no, I
like
know,
it's
I get
not. It's like I can either deal with words, I can deal with numbers. Like fuck the numbers, go away.
that.
So it's like just inherently not interesting to me to even look at at that stuff. But fair enough. I'll get better at it, or I'll make a point to emphasize it more.
Especially if you have like an unplanned encounter like that trial that I had.
A
I
lot of it
would.
was improvised, though. That's like a lot of the thing, Maddie. Like
Oh, okay.
to be fair,
Never mind then. If it wasn't planned, then that makes more
it's
sense.
like a
But if it
mix. It's
was
like
planned, and
yeah,
you did, it's like if you did have it planned, but you didn't have what kind of um, like psychological spell or whatever you want to call it, then
yeah.
that's
The
a little
thing
bit
is,
like,
I'll like full disclosure for that one in particular. Like for all the encounters in this session, I did them like literally last before I joined the call. I just like whatever's a good placeholder for this type of enemy that I had in my mind. I went on D&D Beyond and I just like added that to the combat tracker. But a lot of it is just like I'm kind of making up whatever the enemy would be in my own brain and using either a generic attack or looking at their little sheet for the first time in the moment because like I either didn't have time or didn't care to. It's like it's the last thing I did. So,
understandable.
but yeah, noted. It's a good point. I think. Any other thoughts?
No, not really.
I'm excited for more of these in the
Yeah,
future.
we will pace them out. This was definitely a longer
I
session,
love
so
lore dumps.
lore dumps. Okay, I tried to make them not too lore heavy. I know I did a lot of reading this time around, or a lot of talking. I tried to break it up with like giving you guys shit. Like I put you in the story instead of just reading the story. You know what I mean? Like I give you a vision and you get to act in the vision. So like hopefully that helped break it up. But I know that's like another thing. It's like one person's doing one vision, the other person can't do anything but listen. So it's not perfect. I kind of had to like first time we're trying this, so I was trying to see like okay, let's see how it goes in the moment, how it's feeling, how long it's taking, and then we can dial it back if we need to and workshop it.
All right,
A good idea, but
sounds good to
overall
me.
it's pretty good.
Sweet. I'm glad to hear that. Appreciate that a lot. Yeah, this one was maybe the most work I've put into a session so far. So very grateful. Thank you.